Let's talk about all this lying and deception about wholesaling. I'm going to tell y'all the truth. Car talk. Let's go. Hey, so listen, as you know, with wholesaling, yes, you can make a lot of money. Everybody is claiming to close all these deals a month or make all this money, etc. And I'm going to let y'all know, right? Just because somebody gets a property under contract and they show a contract signed does not mean they actually sold the property. Anybody can get a contract signed, but can you get that contract to the closing table? You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about it, right? Now, if you eating right now wholesaling houses, chances are, and when I mean eating, making a good amount of money, when I mean a good amount of money, you know what I mean, like 300K and up. All right. If you doing those kind of numbers in this bad market, chances are you're doing nationwide wholesaling or statewide wholesaling. All right. To widen out the pool and make the business scalable. All right. So cool. And that's great money, right? But I'm going to tell you, when you're doing this model, I'm going to keep it real with you. You know what I'm saying? Now, the reason why I recommend doing this is because if you following the old method of just wholesaling locally in your city, and you in a major city, Charlotte, Atlanta, Nashville, okay, Virginia Beach, Richmond, Houston, Dallas, man, it's getting skinny out in them cities trying to pull deals out and harder to close consistently. So, you're gonna have to educate yourself and do something different to really get to a nice size bag, wholesaling houses. So, not saying you can't do it. It's just been a lot more difficult in the last few years. So let's talk about it, right? When you wholesaling houses, okay, you will have to give contracts back. What do I mean by give contracts back? Yes, there will be some deals that you are going to sell, right? You're going to try to sell and they will not sell. You will you will be in places when you're doing it statewide, nationwide, even, locally, but statewide, nationwide, you're going to be in some towns whereas, 3,000 people live in that town. They got 5 cash buyers. None of the cash buyers biting. You had the contract for 2 months going into 3. You might as well have that real conversation and say, yo, listen, Mr. Seller, I can't sell this property. I'm gonna have to cancel this contract. That's part of the game. That's part of the game. It happens. All right. Now, I met somebody, you know what I mean, who he was like, yo, out of every 10 contracts, we close 6. I met somebody else that said, yo, out of every 10 contracts, we close 4. In those 4, they making, 15K a contract. So that's like 60,000 on average a year. You know what I'm saying? So, it all depends on your numbers. It's part of the game. I don't care how good you are at comping, etc. Man, in some of these areas, these rural towns, it is what it is. The best wholesalers got to get back contracts. All right. So, and for my people, let me say this, right? For those who are not familiar with wholesaling houses, right? This is why I love it, right? Because wholesaling houses, I'm going to give you an example. Let's say you got a property in your neighborhood, right? Let's say your neighborhood is in Charlotte, North Carolina. All right, you see a house boarded up. It got it's boarded up, tall grass, got violations from the city on the door, and you call the owner. The owner's like, yo, listen, I want to get rid of this property, whatever you can do. I'm just tired of city calling me. And you like, yo, how much you want for it? Man, if I can get 40,000, man, they could have it. And the property's worth 100K. You know the property worth 100K all day. So, you get it under contract for 40,000. You then call John the cash buyer. You say, yo, John the cash buyer, I got this house over here at 123 Main Street for 50. John walks it. John says, you know what? I'll take this property. John then, all right, you then assign John the contract. Assign the contract. Notice I didn't say anything about money or credit. You assign him your contract rights. On closing day, John wires in 50,000 plus closing costs. Seller gets 40, you get 10. John gets the house, everybody's happy, okay? John then puts 20K into the house. He decides if he wants to flip that house, all right, because he got 30K equity, or he decides if he wants to keep it as a rental property. And don't think that whole 30K equity is his. The reason being is because realtor commissions on the 100K is $6,000. You know what I mean? So he's going to have closing costs. He's going to have realtor commissions and other miscellaneous costs. He may walk away with like 18, 20. All right. So that's wholesaling houses. However, let's get back into it. Number 4. Hey, listen, people go behind people's backs. All right. Yes. You got a contract with the seller. The seller may sign somebody else's contract. Okay. They may sign somebody else's contract. That's part of the game. All right. With any business that's dealing with contracts, the buyer may cut you out and go directly to the seller. It happens. I'm not saying it happens all the time, but it does happen, and it's a possibility, and that's every industry. You got these artists, right? These big artists that they were big, who would tell you, "Hey, I ain't working with no more talent. I ain't doing that. I had some talent. They signed a contract with me, and then look at me like I'm doing it wrong, and they go sign 3 other contracts." Now, some people, right, will some people, you know what I mean? They take it to court. It's worth it. All right. Some people, they just let it go. All right. Some people take it to court and they'll tell you, hey, it ain't worth it. You know what I mean? In this case with the real estate, sometimes it's worth it. Majority of the time, it's not worth it to go to court. Just move on. All right. You know what I'm saying? So that's just part of the business. All right. Sometimes, but dragging it out in court, sometimes it ain't worth it. All right. Let's get back to it. Number 3, hurdles. Yo, I'm wholesaling in Methtown, USA, right? Methtown, USA, bro. They on meth in these places I be going, right? So the reality is I'm going to get a lot of hurdles. I had to pay people phone bills, you know what I mean? So I can keep their phone on, so I can talk to them till closing. I've had to, one lady asked me to bail out of jail. A friend called, like, yo, can you bail out of jail? She got locked up. I said, what she get locked up for? And I'm thinking they run a game on me. You know what I'm saying? And somebody in the car had meth. Yeah, it wasn't hers. So, yeah. Anyway, this person, they called me back. I was like, yo, let me talk to my boss. They called me back 2 days later. They like, yo, she's got out of jail. We don't need the bail money. I'm like, okay. Then when we got closer to closing, the attorney confirmed it and said, yo, yeah, you know, she just got locked up with a meth charge, but she's out on another meth charge. And she's got a warrant out her for arrest for the other meth charge because she missed court. So he was like, yo, you better tell her she got to lay low to closing. So now I got to tell her, hey, yo, lay low to closing. All right, take this little money. You know what I'm saying? Don't be out in the street. You know what I'm saying? Get yourself something to eat. Go back in the house. Meth on me. You know what I'm saying? So listen, she had to lay low, but sometimes you got to do this. You got to go through the hurdles. All right. Number 2, inconsistency, right? If you're a one-man band, let's say you close a deal in May. All right. You close a deal in May. Deal in May might be $15,000. All right. Your next deal might be closed in July for 10. All right. You know what I mean? If you're a one-man band doing this by yourself with not a consistent marketing flow, this is part of the game. It happens. You just got to know how to live off a bare minimum. All right? Live off a bare minimum. Last but not least, man, number 1, man, taxes, bro. All right. You make 100K, you owe 30,000. Yes, you're going to have write-offs, but you have to write it off properly. It's not just you writing it off in your head. You have to get what's called a bookkeeper, right? Once you start making money, even the 6 figures, you got to get a bookkeeper to keep your books. That person can be you, but that's a job in itself. So you got to make that determine if you're going to do that, all right? And they will track your books to log. Your bookkeeper, they basically is like, all right, yeah, he made 20,000 on this deal, but he spent 5,000 so to get to that deal. So therefore, he only owed taxes on the 15. You know what I mean? Instead of, you know, that the whole amount. So you need a bookkeeper. You need to know to save your HUDs. In the beginning of my real estate career, I didn't know to scan my HUDs in and save them in the folder so I can know all the HUDs I have and I could keep them for tax time or if I'm ever audited, etc. I didn't know these things. Somebody had to teach me these things, okay? Accountants. Once you start getting to a certain level, bruh, like once you start getting that 250 or more, you better be ready for accountants to quote you 4,000, 5,000, 7,000, 8,000, some more. Bro, I had an accountant years ago quote me 8K. You know what I'm saying? I know guy. I'm like, yo, I called my man up, right? My man in shop. I'm like, yo, bro, that accountant. I know you said you mess with him, but bro, how much he charge you? He was reluctant to tell me. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, bro, he got me at I think he said he was paying like 24,000 or something. But he was like, yo, it's worth it. He saved me way more in taxes. I said, oh, okay, well, you know what I'm saying? But the accountant dude called me back like, what you? I said, nah. I said, bro, I ain't trying to do that much. You know what I'm saying? But I got an accountant that was like 4,000 or 5,000 at the time. But that's what you got prepared for. You better have a good accountant, bro, because hey, this tax situation gonna be right. Cause them IRS will hop on you, bro. They'll hop on you, man. So I'm just letting y'all know the real of wholesaling houses. Hey, listen, subscribe. I'm Nasser, aka the real estate guru. I'm not a guru. I'm a guru because I actually do this business. Peace.